The night he didn't wake up. When the sun rose on a quiet suburban neighborhood last spring, something felt strangely still in the house at the end of Oakwood Drive. 71-year-old Raymond Wallace, a retired schoolteacher, didn't come down for breakfast. His wife, Judith, thought he must have overslept, a rarity, given his lifelong discipline and early morning habits. But when she called his name from the stairs and heard no reply, her heart skipped. She climbed up, gently knocked on the bedroom door, and stepped in. The peaceful look on his face belied the truth. Raymond had died in his sleep. It wasn't violent. There was no sign of pain. His body hadn't moved from the position he laid down in the night before. In many ways, it was the kind of passing many people say they hope for. But for Judith, and later, for his adult children and grandchildren, it came as a brutal shock. Raymond had no serious medical conditions. His last doctor's appointment, just 6 weeks earlier, had shown good heart health, stable blood pressure, and excellent cognitive function for his age. But something invisible had claimed him in the stillness of night. As doctors conducted tests, what surfaced wasn't a heart attack or stroke. It was a cocktail of subtle stressors. Mild but undiagnosed sleep apnea, irregular sleep patterns accumulated over time, chronic dehydration, poor digestion from late-night meals, and excessive blue light exposure, each seemingly minor on its own, but deadly in combination over years. It wasn't just one thing, the coroner later told Judith. It was a slow buildup of sleep-related risks. The tragedy of Raymond Wallace's death lies not only in its unexpectedness, but in how preventable it may have been. Every year, thousands of seniors across the globe pass away in their sleep due to underlying health issues that are closely linked to how they spend their evenings. What's more concerning is that most of them, and their families, don't realize these habits are dangerous. After age 70, the body's natural systems begin to operate differently. Sleep architecture changes, circadian rhythms become more fragile, melatonin production decreases, and the body's ability to regulate hydration, temperature, and digestion weakens. Yet, in spite of these well-documented changes, many seniors continue habits from their younger years, unaware that those routines may now carry higher risks. This script isn't about fear, it's about clarity. It's about using Raymond's story, and the stories of many others like him, to draw attention to the bedtime behaviors that can quietly erode health in your later years. If you're 70 or older, or you care for someone who is, this is for you. There are 4 critical habits many people over 70 maintain that can dramatically increase the risk of sleep-related complications, heart events, and even premature death. They are common, often culturally reinforced, and seemingly harmless. But when examined through the lens of geriatric medicine and sleep science, they reveal a darker truth. In this extended exploration, we'll break each of them down, not just to understand the problem, but to offer clear, practical solutions. Habit 1. Irregular sleep schedule. As the years pass, the subtle tug of a consistent bedtime grows in importance. For Raymond, retirement meant flexible evenings, late dinners, TV shows, occasional nightcaps that rarely followed a schedule. In his 60s, he shrugged it off. After 70, it mattered. Each night that his body went to bed at a different time, the delicate balance of his circadian rhythm faltered. Science shows that after age 70, bedtime consistency isn't just a comfort, it's a necessity. Cortisol, melatonin, and core body temperature all rely on regularity. Without it, your body fights its own signals, sleep becomes shallow, stress hormones spike, and blood pressure crests unpredictably. In fact, a 2019 study from the Journal of Geriatric Cardiology found that adults over 65 who had more than a 90-minute variance in their sleep schedule faced a 30% higher risk of cardiovascular events. That's not a bedtime story. It's a wake-up call. Imagine Raymond, a 10 p.m. sleeper on Monday and a 1 a.m. one on Tuesday. His body would scramble to adapt. His morning blood pressure climbed, naps felt deeper, less restorative. And on Wednesday, when he finally fell asleep at 11, his heart had already raced through silent, unregulated hours. Over weeks, this chronic misalignment eroded his resilience, making him vulnerable to hidden triggers during deep sleep, and ultimately to the kind of silent cardiac event that took him in the night. What to do instead? Choose a bedtime and wake-up time within a 30-minute window, 7 days a week. Use simple anchors, a calming warm drink, reading, light stretching, signals your body will learn to expect daily. If late nights happen, reset quickly, avoid naps over 30 minutes, and stick to the routine the next night. For seniors, consistency isn't boring, it's survival. Treat sleep like an important appointment. Your heart will thank you. Habit 2. Excess late-night liquids. Staying hydrated is good, until it becomes disruptive. Raymond always kept a glass of water by his nightstand. As a man who loved to hydrate, he'd sometimes drink cups of tea or juice close to bedtime. But once past 70, kidneys slow, and the body's fluid processing system strains to accommodate large late-night volumes. Frequent trips to the bathroom, nocturia, may seem harmless, but they're silently wreaking havoc. Each interruption yanks you from the deep, restorative stages of sleep. Your heart rate rises as you wake, body temperature shifts, and blood pressure fluctuates. One Belgian sleep clinic study showed that seniors getting up more than twice per night had nearly double the incidence of nocturnal cardiac events. Frequent awakenings can also unmask hidden arrhythmias. Each interruption becomes a vulnerable period for the aging heart. For Raymond, the pattern was familiar. Glass of water, half-night wake-up, bathroom, repeat. On his worst nights, he'd rise 3 or 4 times. His sleep felt unseen by him. His heart, mild arrhythmia, was triggered during transitions between deep and light sleep. Over time, his body compensated poorly. What to do instead? Aim to finish all drinks at least 2 hours before bedtime. Especially avoid caffeine, alcohol, diuretics like tea or sugary juice. If you wake once or twice, use bathroom lights that don't fully wake you. Soft, dim, gentle. Avoid screens or bright lights. During the day, sip fluids steadily. Support hydration without gorging at night. It's often a balancing act, staying hydrated enough to prevent dehydration, but not so much that every sip undoes sleep. With the right timing, you can preserve both goals and protect your heart and mind in the process. Habit 3. Heavy evening meals. Raymond loved hearty evenings. A warm stew, thick bread, perhaps a slice of fruitcake. He called it comfort. But digestion after 70 is a different journey. Gastric emptying slows, reflux risk rises, blood sugar metabolism shifts unpredictably. Lying down too soon after a big meal turns your body into a furnace while your heart tries to rest. An unnecessary stress test in the dark. Multiple studies highlight that late heavy meals elevate nocturnal blood pressure and glucose spikes. A 2021 study in clinical nutrition showed a 20% increase in levels of nighttime blood sugar among seniors who ate large meals after 8 p.m. Reflux becomes common too, stomach acid creeping up during the vulnerable sleep hours. All of this strains heart function, disrupts sleep structure, and reduces the body's overnight healing time. Raymond didn't notice at first. His sleep problems seemed benign. A few coughs, mild heartburn, groggy mornings. But beneath the surface, his body was running on metabolic stress. That stress forces the autonomic nervous system into alert mode even in dream hours, keeping his heart from sinking fully into rest. What to do instead? Finish main meals at least 3 hours before bedtime. Opt for lighter dinners, lean proteins, vegetables, easily digestible carbs. If you're hungry closer to bedtime, choose a small snack, like yogurt or a piece of fruit low in sugar, that won't burden digestion or spike blood glucose. Eating late isn't just a dietary choice, it becomes a sleep and heart choice. When age slows digestion, timing is everything. Habit 4. Evening screen blue light exposure. We all unwind with screens. News apps, video calls with grandkids, drama shows. Raymond had a nightly routine, 20 minutes of TV before lights out. But science is clear. Blue light emitted from screens, the cooler hues, suppresses melatonin production. And after age 70, melatonin levels are already naturally lower. So what seems like a brief evening pleasure actually delays the onset of sleep and suppresses its depth. Experts call this sleep shallowing. You're asleep for 8 hours, but only a fraction is deep, restorative rest. Immune function weakens. Cardiovascular repair slows. Stress hormones maintain altitude. The brain's lymphatic system, which clears toxins during deep sleep, walks on tiptoes. Memory consolidation becomes fragmented. Autonomic balance falters. Researchers at the University of Manchester found that seniors who used screens within an hour of sleep had significantly less REM and deep sleep phases, often by 15–20%. Their hearts remained under stress longer, and their mornings began with elevated cortisol. Over months, this pattern produces compounded wear and tear. What to do instead? Activate night mode, warmer hues, on devices after dinner, but better yet, avoid screens a full hour before bed. Substitute, read a physical book, practice light journaling, do gentle stretching or meditation. Experiment with blue-blocking glasses in the evening if screens are unavoidable, but treat this as a backup, not a solution. Sleep isn't entertainment, it's maintenance. And after 70, you can't trade it lightly. Each habit alone may feel small, but together, they formed a dangerous ecosystem in Raymond's later years. Irregular schedule, disrupted by liquids and digestion, all while trying to rest under blue light influence. No wonder his sleep was never fully restorative. No wonder the unspoken triggers aligned, and why he didn't wake up one spring morning. But the truth is hopeful. Every habit can be reset. It doesn't require huge lifestyle upheaval. It requires awareness, timing, and some small, consistent changes. Choose bedtime windows, finish fluids and meals early, respect light. Over time, your sleep returns, your heart relaxes, your brain rebuilds, your mornings become brighter again, and you reclaim control of nights that once seemed inevitable. Before you go, tell me, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments. I love seeing how far the healing family reaches. Let's connect. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to join our growing family of viewers who care about conscious, healthy aging.